You mentioned Deontay Wilder radio, Rahim. I want to ask you this, bro, because I never asked you this, bro. I don't know if y'all know this. You know the Deontay Wilder meme where he goes, "To this day, to this day," he was screaming at Radio Rahim.
One of the most classic. Round of applause. Thank you.
How'd you get that out of him?
How did you get that?
You asked him a question about
okay. He and Tyson Fury, a British fighter, a gypsy who's known around the world but not that well in the States, and Deontay Wilder, who's known in the States but not that well around the world. They come together to have this global match. The British press is there. All kinds of people from the UK, all kinds of people from the Middle East, people in America. Everybody's there, and they're face-to-face. And Fury says, my people have been fighting for 200 years. Now, I cover British boxing. I know a little something about history. I know something about Tyson himself. I know he's talking about the Furies. I'm a fighter. My dad was a fighter. My daddy before him was a fighter. Okay. This kind of shit.
This is the gypsy lineage.
Culture, right? I also know a little something about black people in America. I know something about Deontay Wilder coming from Alabama. Yeah. He says, what? Fuck that. My people have been fighting for 400 years. Yeah. He's not talking about the Wilders. He's not talking about his daddy or his daddy's daddy. He's talking about black people in this country have been fighting and struggling. I think he misunderstood what Fury was saying. Fury, having said what he said, everybody around the world doesn't hear that as like a dog whistle. Everybody doesn't know what Wilder's referencing when he says 400 years, right? So he comes off the stage. Now, mind you, they tussle up there. The tempers are high. Yeah. And so I say, Deontay, what did you mean by your people have been fighting for 400 years?
Why did you know what he was going to say?
Loses his shit. But the point is,
the reaction.
The point is, I knew what he was talking about, but I wanted him to say what I thought he would say, which is to explain what he was talking about, so that 3/4 of the world who don't live in America, who are not watching this from an English-speaking country and don't necessarily know the plight of the black man in America, might understand what he was talking about. Take that thing you just said that's important and translate it for the rest of the world. Yeah. Everybody's not going to get that reference. Yeah. He thought that, like you just said, well, you know what I'm talking about. You're fucking, are you really having the audacity
proud
as a black
him,
man in America? This is my job. I'm supposed to prod
You were proud of Jake a little bit, dude.
This
right here on this exact show. You're like, I had you 4-3, pussy.
They call him a pussy, but I do have to speak like the truth. I got to challenge a guy.
You got to be super objective and actually probably like against whoever you're interviewing, maybe a little bit to get the best reaction.
Listen,
you're good at your job.
Everybody I talk to at some point thinks I'm for the other guy.
Okay.
That's how I know I'm doing my job well. Yeah. If everybody you talk to thinks that you're talking for the other guy, then you're challenging
That's
the
why
guy.
We got Mikey
that means
on.
you're challenging everybody.
That's why we got Mikey on.
Wilder took it so personally, dude. He thought that I was trying to like distance myself from black culture or like deny that I knew what slavery was about or Jim Crow was about or oppression was about. When really I was trying to make him the spokesperson, the ambassador for something that he had already put on the table. The visceral reaction that he had, that kind of emotion, that kind of like literally touch a sore spot and watch him scream was good for the fight. They sold out after that moment. I don't know that that's great for mental health. I don't know that is disassociated from what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? I've been banned by the best of them. A lot of fighters, like at some point, won't talk to me anymore.
Wow.
Because they take my coverage of the sport personally. And just like Jake was so upset about trolls and shit like this, I didn't just give him some advice that I don't take. I had to be like, with fighters that I respect, that I love, that I admire, that I cover. When they say, oh, I won't talk to you, fuck Radio Rahim, he has to get out of here. I'm talking about like Floyd, Deontay, Adrian Brawner, like a lot of people at the top of their sport, at the top of their profession, will watch me do interviews with other people and be like, man, I thought that was my guy. Why would he criticize me like this? Why would you ask me that question? Why would you say I was only up 1 round going into the 8th? This fucking guy is a hater. It's not the case, bro. It doesn't matter what I say. It matters what you say. So I have to put in front of you a question that makes you make your case. It's not for me to say why our people have been fighting for 400 years. You mentioned it. It's for you to say. I'll say whatever I have to say. to get you to say what you need to say,
Sure.
to get you to open up so that everybody can see who you really are and what you're really talking about. I'm just a vessel, and I'll do whatever is necessary to amplify you.
You're a dog. You're so good at your job.
It's because everybody in themselves is overcoming something and reaching to be great. They're reaching to do what they thought was impossible and defeated their own doubts, their own insecurities, their own hurdles that they put in front of their own selves, got over that, and now are an example to the rest of us. That's what I do. And I'll do that in any realm that you find me. I just love boxing the most.
Hey there, if you like the clip, make sure to subscribe or check out this recommended clip to my right.